Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm putting in these new RTR grills fitting the, I believe it's the 11 to 14 Mustang GT and V6. As you can see, I just took out my Cervini's GT500 grills. They're good, you know. They do what they're supposed to do, but overall, like the finish of them are not that great. Like I've only had them on the car for, I don't know, about 3 months, and it's already, my fingers bleeding. It's already flaking in some spots, and more than anything, just the fitment on these is it's not for me. The fitment's just not good. Of course, most people, you know, they could care less. And at first, when I put them on, I didn't care. I was more about getting the intake temps down and just providing better flow overall for the radiator and whatnot. But yeah, I just kind of, as soon as the RTR ones came out, I was like, well, it pretty much looks the exact same. It looked a little more cleaner in my opinion. I've never been a fan of like this wire mesh finish. I've never cared for it too much. Anytime I see like, you know, anything wire mesh, particularly in grills and stuff like that, I try to stay away from it. But obviously this is the only option other than the one that American Muscle sells. I can't remember who it's made by, but it's another company. It's not Cervini's, it's a different company. I can't remember, but yeah, anyway, to the point, I took these out here, and it's a half decent day today. It's been freezing lately, so and you know, today was pretty nice, so I was like, okay, I'll go and throw these in. And I'll be quite honest with you, the fitment on these new RTR grills, they are tip top. When you go to RTR's website, it says something about RTR linking up with Ford and getting the original CAD data. So basically, the RTR grills are made from the same CAD data and printout that the original grills from Ford were made from in these cars stock. And just, I mean, overall, the fitment in these are amazing. Like, I have literally no complaints on the fitment. It is perfect, top and bottom, both of them. With that GT500 grill, both top and bottom, it was just a massive gap. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to switch. But yeah, fitment on these are great. So I'll walk through a little review on these real quick. They are difficult to get in. They will take some finagling. Also, something that's not mentioned in the instruction manual at all whatsoever, or on the website, is you will have to cut the bumper for the lower grill. There is no other way for it to fit. With this part here being open and about an inch longer than the original grill originally was, there's no way around it. Unless, of course, if you just wanted to run that top RTR grill there, then you're good. And then you could run, like, you know, the OEM grill down low, or the GT500, or, you know, whatever your flavor is. I've never been a big fan of, you know, flip-flopping grills and having different ones and it doesn't match, and it just doesn't look good to me. I'm very OCD about stuff like that. I need stuff to match and look right, or otherwise it looks out of place, and it just bothers me. But yeah, so like I said, they don't give you instructions telling you that you have to do that, but you definitely do. There's no other way for it to work. There's absolutely no other way that grill is going to fit unless you try to break it. And if you spend, you know, I can't remember how much each of these were. I bought them together, and I think it was like just under 500, like $4.95, something like that. But I think for just the lower grill itself, it's like $220. So I mean, I don't think anybody wants to waste their money on trying to put that in without cutting the bumper, and then, you know, end up breaking the grill, and then, you know, then you're out $200-something. But yes, so let's see, I'll grab this one here. So yeah, sorry for the quality. I'm not a professional photographer or anything by any means, so I'm just shooting this with my iPhone. But let's see, I'm not sure what side of the bumper this is on, but basically, when you got your stock bumper, you're gonna have this in here. Basically, it'll be in the back just like this, depending on what side it is. And you'll have a slot, these slots here. Right here is where this goes down and this piece would be, depending on what side it is. So basically I just cut this flush all the way across, came all the way across, gave that about 1/4 of an inch, I rounded it off, come down. You will have to come pretty close down here. I did nick the bumper, both top and bottom. Well, up here and then down here on both sides. There's kind of really no other way around that, unless like you happen to somehow angle it this way, which, you know, it's not a big deal because the grill's going to cover it anyway, and you've already cut up the bumper, so it's really no matter there. But yeah, so like you'll have to cut here around this edge here, and then I brought it back up and that way, and rounded it just a little, that way it looks more, you know, OEM kind of like that, which of course you're not going to see it, but I don't know, I'm just kind of key on doing things a particular way. So that's how that side looks. This side I got a little squirrely up and down here, but again, just come straight across from this, because this is factory here, this is just a straight edge. You come straight across from this straight edge, go all the way across, same thing, about 1/4 of an inch, round it off, come down, same thing, flare off of it, it gets a little thicker through here, same thing, round off here, and you go back to flush. It's not hard. Like I said, instructions say absolutely nothing about this, which, you know, to anybody that's wanting to install this, I feel like that's important to know, because, you know, you'll buy these grills thinking, oh, you know, because actually on their website it says no modifications or cutting required, which is entirely wrong. So I just figured I'd make this video and let you all know, for anybody that's wanting to buy these grills. They are very new. I don't know how long they've been on the market. Actually, randomly enough, like I was just randomly on American Muscle one day, and I saw something about its, you know, new products or whatever, and it popped up, and I was like, oh damn, I was like, those look kind of good. And like I'd always seen the RTR grills on the, you know, the 15 to 17s and the 18s and newer Mustangs, and I always thought they looked pretty good. I'm not a fan of like the LED lights here. I could care less for those. I don't know, it's just a little too gaudy for me. But then, if, you know, then again, it depends on, you know, your taste and the particular car, and even the color. Like I feel like color matters too in some instances. But yeah, so I'll get to the point here. So getting these grills installed, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, they're a tighter fit than stock even. Like they are definitely a pain. Like I think, let's see, I got the bumper off around like, I don't know, around 12:30, and it's currently almost 2:30 now. So like I've been messing and fiddling with these grills, trying to get all these, you know, clips in and tight and whatnot, for about 2 hours. Honestly, a little ridiculous. It's not really necessary for them to be this tight, but you do have to finagle with it. I guess it's better for it to be, you know, I'm not gonna say too tight, because, you know, these are too tight, but it's better than, you know, because like those GT500 grills, that lower grill only gets held in with 2 screws. So yeah, I mean, for what you're getting on these, and plus this replaces the entire surround. Like you take your factory surround out, this is the grill and surround together up top here, and just overall, I mean, that's better quality already, you know, right from the get-go. But yeah, so let's see. So on this bottom grill here, what I had to do on this, I mean, no matter how hard you push or pull, like, I mean, you know, I've got a pair of pliers, a screwdriver, I've got a pair of needle nose pliers. I mean, nothing works. So what I ended up having to do is, let's see, I'm trying to think. So these top clips here, they're much thicker. They're much fatter than these bottom ones. So you'll want to make sure you get these top clips in first. There are 4 of them. They're up here at the top. So what I did on these is I angled the top in just to where each of these was about halfway in. And then what I did was I took my screwdriver, I pried it in, you can barely see it, but that little groove right there next to where the clip's supposed to go in, I put my screwdriver in there, and I got the head of the screwdriver behind the actual clip here, and I just pried towards me. It's not gonna hurt nothing. Bumper is perfectly fine, no cracking. Wasn't even scared of it. But you just pry a little bit to you, and it'll snap right in. Now, of course, I mean, as you can see, like, that's very tight. Like, these grills will probably never come out again if I ever need to. Which, of course, I don't plan on replacing these grills. I figured, you know, I like these grills enough. I'm going to leave these how they are. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, everything's very tight. Take your screwdriver in there, pry away from you, so the head of the screwdriver will come in like this, and the actual handle will go out away from the bumper. I did that on each of these, so you know, pop, 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 pop on those 4. On the bottom ones, you've got 4 clips also. You've got 2 alignment tabs. Apologize about that. I had somebody asking me something. Let's see. So like I was saying, these, you just take your screwdriver, boom, pop these in towards you. These bottom ones here, I did basically the same thing. It wasn't too hard on these though. Once you get a couple of them actually in, then just from the front, you can just smack it towards you, or I guess depending on, you know, what side of the bumper you're on. But you'll just smack the front of the grill. That'll give it enough pressure to snap the rest of these in. And that's basically what I did on the rest of them up top here. Up top, they're a little more easy. They're a little easier to deal with, but yeah, they're still a very tight fit. But pretty much, you just take the grill, smack it from the front, and then they'll snap in. If you have any trouble with it, you might have to do what I did on the bottom. I messed with this top one for the longest between the two, and all I had to do was smack the grill, and it went right in. So, you know, I'm always good at making things a little more difficult for myself than it needs to be. But yeah, that's the gist of it. If you buy these grills, you will have to cut this sliver out of the bumper, just enough to fit this this guy here. But no, I like how it looks. It's fitment, as like I said, is excellent. It's a very tight fit. I mean, very, very minor gaps, if you can even call them that. Like, you won't notice them. Like, there's no gaps at all around that for the most part. You can barely see daylight through them. So overall, I'm happy with it. If anybody has any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. But this is how the finished product looks, and I'll take a little time here and get the bumper thrown back on. But yeah, overall, not too bad. I like how it looks. Very similar to the GT500 grills. Like I said, just the, you know, RTR, as you would expect, goes above and beyond. I mean, they work with Ford, so, you know, the fitment on their products are going to be pretty top notch anyway. But yeah, if y'all have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them. Drop them down in the comment section. But yeah, here's my little review on these new RTR grills. Pretty nice.